5 PlayStation 4 exclusive games coming in the near future that you might be interested in. Hi everybody, welcome back to Daily Gamer Opinion. I am Joe the Widget Wilson, and today I want to talk to you guys about 5 exclusive games coming for the PlayStation 4 in the near future that could be very, very interesting. PlayStation is well known for their top quality exclusive titles. And currently, Sony's game division is enjoying its highest yearly profit since 1998, and that is largely due to their exclusives. Like Nintendo, they're well known for that. PlayStation has a lot of exclusive contracts with well-known publishers that are really paying off for them. And the first one I want to talk to you guys about is Days Gone. Days Gone looks beautiful. If you haven't checked it out yet, take a look at it. It was revealed in E3 in 2016, so last year. Days Gone is an open-world survival horror game from the creators who made Siphon Filter franchise. So if you're a big fan of that, this is definitely something you really want to look into. In Days Gone, players take control of a former bounty hunter who's attempting to survive a world filled with deadly survivors and endless hordes of undead. So it's another freaking zombie game. I personally am sick and tired of the zombie craze. So I don't know if I'll be playing this one. But I know it might be something that a lot of you might be interested in. And it looks like it's going to be beautiful. A really post-apocalyptic world, very cliche, but they're saying that they may have up to 1,000 zombies on screen at one time, which is pretty crazy. And if they can do that, to see how the frame rate goes, if it's going to drop or not, or it's going to maintain the consistent Sony 32 or 30 frames per second, which is what is considered to be optimal, or the minimum that creates a fluid motion for the eye. Anything after that, the eye doesn't see it too well. Usually between 30 and 64 frames a second is usually the sweet spot. If you go less than that, you're gonna see those pauses and gaps. Even though there might be a split second, you'll still notice them. So if they can pull it off, the Days Gone could be very interesting. No current release date yet, but it's supposedly going to be coming out this year. I would look for more information on that in E3 coming up in June. The second one, Death Stranding. Really weird name. It's done by Konami. They're the guys who mastermind the Metal Gear Solid franchise, which was a really good franchise, are making a new title, like I said, Death Stranding. It's rumored to be one of the strangest PS4 exclusive games in development. Much of Death Stranding is still a mystery at this point, but we do know as it's going to be another, it kind of looks like another open world survival game. Not survival in crafting, but as in baddies that want to kill you and you just got to try to make your way through it. Very little is known about it. The game looks pretty. It looks a lot like another zombie game. It really does. One of the guys who plays in that zombies TV show where they cannot call zombies as zombies, they call them walkers and biters and all that stupid crap. Yeah, you know the show I'm talking about. The Walking Dead. Norman Reedus is the actor for this game, so they captured him, his voice, his likeness. That's a game that might be interesting to a lot of people, especially if you're a big fan of The Walking Dead. Could be something to look into. Again, I am super tired of the zombie craze, beyond tired of it. A game I've talked about in the previous episodes, where we talked about the 3 Res, reboot, remaster, and... Really, Joe? Reboot, remaster... Anyway, you get the idea. Is God of War. This is a complete reboot, which means they're taking the idea of God of War and completely redoing the game. They're taking it away from Greek mythology and putting it into Norse mythology, for one. The dude's got a large beard. The preview trailer, which you guys, if you've not seen it, check it out. It's all over the internet. Looks incredible. It really, really does. It looks beautiful. This is a game I definitely want to try. I was a part of the original God of War. I was in the development team for a little bit. And I'm really interested to see in this new direction they're going with it. It's got a new style of combat, which could be very controversial for a lot of people, because the combat of God of War is what really drew the fans. It was innovative, it was fluid, and it was cool, with his little chain whips and all the spells and abilities you can do with it. So they're taking a new direction with it. We're not sure exactly what that direction is yet. Well, I do know, but I can't say it. And they're bringing in Kratos' son, Atreus. I don't know if they're completely redoing the game, the whole new story, or if it's going to actually take off in some kind of like reincarnation thing. We don't know yet. So they're abandoning the Greek mythology completely, and they're going to Norse mythology, which I think is really cool. Yeah, I like Norse mythology. I think it's a really cool thing that they're going to be going off of. It's going to really make it stand apart from its predecessors and have it a whole new identity. And I think it's going to be the game of the year. I'm really convinced of it. I'm assuming the whole thing right now is that people are kind of guessing at a fourth quarter release this year. So that would be October, November, or December, the big holiday release, which is where many of the big titles come out. If God of War comes out, you're going to see a lot less games that are going to be coming out that season. They're going to be pushed to the next season. The two most common release times for video games is quarter 1 and quarter 4. Quarter 1 is January, February, and March. And the reason why a lot of games do that is because a lot of the blockbusters come out during quarter 4, so they want to release after that, after the big push, holiday push for the big titles is done, so they can still claim their money, get money for it. So most all the games, I would say a good 75% of the main titles get released quarter 1 and quarter 4. That's just the way it is. There's a new Spider-Man coming out that's exclusive for PlayStation 4. Marvel has been dominating the silver screen for a while now, but its video games in recent years have been really crap, to be honest. That's looking to change soon enough. Square Enix is making this, and you guys know about Square Enix and their quality. They have a really piss-poor release schedule, but honestly, they do quality games. Their Final Fantasy 15 was phenomenal. They're doing the Final Fantasy 7 remake. Oh, that's right. That's what it was. Remake, remaster. Yeah, anyway. Reboot. So, well, they're a part of the Avengers project, but it's actually Insomniac that is making the game. And Insomniac is a really good company. They did Spyro the Dragon, Ratchet and Clank, so I'm hoping that this Spider-Man is more adult-based and less kid-based. If it's more kid-based, it could be kind of crap. If it's more adult-based, it could have that real nitty-gritty Spider-Man, which would be pretty awesome. It's an open-world New York City, which with a Spider-Man game, it has to be open-world with this web-swinging, that kind of nature. If it's on rails, you just kind of lose the game completely. Rails is where they give you no other option but to only take the path that they're showing you. Rail games are something that are the past. I know Call of Duty still does that. Most shooters still go on rails. They don't do open world for the story mode. So that's kind of... Yeah. Speaking of Call of Duty, though, I'll be talking about that in the near future because they released... 2 weeks ago, they released their release trailer, but very little information as well. But we'll get into that in a nearby episode. But a big game that's going to make waves other than God of War, that's going to make everyone just flock to the stores, The Last of Us Part 2. The Last of Us is one of the highest rated PS3 games of all time. A very compelling story, and that's what really drove that game, was its story. It was very much on rails, but the story was incredible. I never beat it, but I got about halfway through the game, and I loved it. It's really, really high expectations for Part 2. It will feature an older version of Ellie, as she and Joel try to survive in post-apocalyptic USA. Again, here we go, post-apocalyptic crap. Very common theme. I don't know, what are they trying to tell us? Doon, doon, doon. But Naughty Dog's got a phenomenal track record. Naughty Dog's one of my favorite developers. And I am going to say that this is going to be a massive hit. I am saying you right now, it's going to be between God of War and Last of Us Part 2 if they release in the same year. There's going to be between them for Game of the Year, regardless of what anyone else produces. Unless Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out the same year, then, well, it'd be a three-way battle. Actually, who am I kidding? Final Fantasy VII would beat the crap out of these two. Only because Final Fantasy VII is still the number one selling game of all time. For reasons. Good reasons. There you go. The 5 games that you should be looking forward to for PlayStation 4 in the near future. Days Gone, Post-Apocalyptic Zombies. Death Stranding, Post-Apocalyptic Zombies. God of War Reboot. Spider-Man, if they don't do it kiddie. If they do it more mature. If they do it kiddie, you get the idea. Last of Us Part 2, Post-Apocalyptic. But I gotta give mad props to Last of Us. Good story. If they can continue with that, with that amazing storytelling, this game's gonna be a giant hit. It's gonna be. God of War, Last of Us Part 2 are gonna be huge hits. The other 3 are iffy, but promising. And that was my opinion. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.